Hello! So today I wanted to share with you 10 products that make me feel flawless when I wear them on an everyday basis. You know, you don't have to have a special event to want to feel flawless, to want to feel your best. So this may be a little different than some of the videos that have done this topic before. I know this has been going around since I think late summer. I've really enjoyed watching those videos, and so I wanted to do my own video. You'll see me apply all the products and see exactly why I love them so much. Everything is available from Nordstrom. I'd like to thank Nordstrom for partnering with me on this video, and we can go ahead and get into these products that just make me feel flawless when I wear them. Now, I just did a video all about my favorite correctors, and this one, of course, made that video. I just always feel like my under eye areas, which are hollowed. I mean, you can see it because, you know, no amount of corrector is going to fix indentations, but we can do the best with what we have, right? So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish corrector. I have shade 2 medium. It's got just enough peach in it, and I love to warm it up with my finger and, you know, make it a little more emollient, and then I apply just a teeny tiny amount exactly where I need it. It wears underneath concealer beautifully to help counteract the discoloration underneath my eyes. This is the corrector that I wear underneath my concealer when I want to look my best, when I want things to look flawless underneath my eyes. Now, I do feel like we're picking up some weird shadows right now with the natural light that I have going on, so maybe don't judge with the lighting that I have going on right now, but in real life, I think things look pretty good. Now, if you're confused on corrector versus concealer, when you would use one, when you would use the other, why you need corrector, I do have a video on that as well. I will link all the relevant videos as well as what I'm wearing and talking about in this video in the description box. If you're on mobile, click the title below the video. If you're on desktop, look below that title and you'll see the words show more. Just click that and you'll get the description box. So clearly, you know, when you think about flawless makeup, I mean, you think about skin. And I was thinking about the foundation that I wear when I really want my skin just to look flawless, really, really good, yet still look like skin. And I have several to choose from, but for some reason, I do reach for this one more than others. I have talked about it on my channel, although pretty sporadically. It's always pretty specific when I mention it. This is the Dior Air Flash Spray Foundation. Now, I don't spray this all over my face. I actually spray this on a sponge and apply it in sections as I go, and it really gives a beautiful skin-like finish that in my mind is the kind of finish someone in Hollywood would have when they're, you know, being made up by a makeup artist. That's just what this is reminiscent of to me. I can customize the coverage, get a little bit more if I use a dry sponge and, you know, shear it out a little bit if I use a damp sponge. It's a really beautiful product. There's a reason why it sticks around and why people use it and kind of reserve it for special occasions. But, you know, you don't have to reserve it for a special occasion. It's really just so beautiful on the skin, and it does make me feel beautiful when I wear it. I always know I'm gonna have a good makeup day when I choose this primer, and those of you that have been subscribed to me, have been watching my videos, know exactly what primer I'm about to say, but I'm just gonna go ahead and get this out of the way. I just always feel good when I wear the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. It goes well with pretty much every foundation that I pair it with. It smooths my pores. It's water repellent, so if you live in a hot, humid environment like I do, and you know, sometimes you get little beads of sweat, your makeup still looks good. You only need a pea-size amount of this product, and it blends in like a lotion and disappears. You don't feel it. It's lightweight. It's just a really beautiful product that I can't feel, yet I know it's doing what it's supposed to do. It helps my makeup look and feel beautiful and last all day, and that's exactly what I need for my oily combination skin. It also doesn't sit weird in any dry areas that I might have. The perimeter of my face is getting a little bit dehydrated since I started a prescription retinol. It's not picking those up. I just always feel good about my makeup, about my foundation, the way everything wears during the day when I choose this primer. I've been using this next product more and more and more, and in various ways, and that's what's so beautiful about it. And I'm going to show you one way I've been using it in today's video, and almost every time I've done it this way, I've been asked if I've had cheek filler. I haven't. I mean, I've gained a little COVID weight and I've been adding the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter in the same area where I dab my concealer and where I would normally put highlighter. And it really does give me a nice lift there, even in addition to where I would normally put highlighter. Like, it just does something else. I also will dab it above my lip. I'll dab it above my brow bone. It just does something. It's kind of magical in a way. I'll put this strategically underneath foundation. I'll mix it in with foundation. I'll use it as a highlight over foundation. I thought my T-zone would be too shiny for this, and that is one reason why I don't usually put it all over underneath foundation. I'll put it, you know, exactly where I want to be enhanced, lifted. It's really, really just a beautiful product. I have the shade 3. That works great for my light, medium, warm skin. The beauty of it is that you can go a shade up, a shade down. You don't have to be your perfect shade and it'll still work for you. I love this. It doesn't give me grease while it gives me shine. It's not sticky, it's not tacky. It's really light and just a really great versatile product. It looks like beautiful, dewy, youthful skin, and it just enhances my makeup look that much more. And I find on days when I just want a little extra oomph, or even on just no makeup days, I'll add this and it just gives me that something that I want. Okay, so I really was having kind of a problem when I was trying to choose the product for my eyes, because I kind of struggle with, you know, do I go with a total warm palette because, you know, I have blue eyes? And I sat here and toyed with this Charlotte Tilbury Luxury Copper Charge palette, because honestly, this really does play up my eye color in a beautiful way, but I tend to reach for this in the summertime more than anything. So I do want to give this honorable mention because I do really love wearing this to feel good about myself, to feel just really beautiful and to make my eyes look even bluer than they already are. And I was sitting here trying to figure out another palette that just always makes me feel really, really good. And in the end, I landed on my good old Armani Cold Copper Eye Tint. This is the old packaging. The new packaging looks like this. This is rose gold, also another favorite of mine. Love it. I just talked about this in another video. I'll link it below too. I'll also link my one and done eyeshadow video because I have a ton of great options in there. It is what I have on my eyes today. It is a really great, universally flattering taupey shade that works great if you're cool toned, if you're warm toned, no matter what eye color you have, it applies beautifully. I can just pat it out to even it out on the lid if I want to. I don't even have to do that. It doesn't dry down and look crinkly after you apply it. It dries down really beautifully and blends out easily in the crease. I even take a little on the lower lash line sometimes to give kind of a highlighted effect there. I can do whatever I want for a liner. I can accent it with other eyeshadows. It just works. I can wear it casually. I can wear it dressy. It's just the perfect eye product and the perfect shade. I actually had a little bit of trouble picking the highlight because the highlight I want to pick and I'm going to tell you about is in a palette that I promise you will not regret getting, but I'm actually going to share with you the single highlight, but I'm sharing the palette first. This is Smashbox Cali Contour, which I've talked about a zillion times on my channel. So everything in here is perfect. If you have light to medium skin tone, they did have a dark version of this for deeper skin tones. I think they still do. I'm not sure though. However, the blush works for a multitude of skin tones and the contour does work really well too. And this highlighter right here works as a highlight for deeper skin tones. The texture of both of these highlighters is stunning. So this champagne highlight right here, oh my God, it is one of the most perfect highlighters I've ever worn in my entire life. It is like butter. It is not shimmery. It's not glittery. It's just that perfect, natural, beautiful highlighter. Clearly, I like the contour. The bronzer is a really just pretty natural bronzer. This blush is so flattering. You will not regret this palette, I promise. I thought this was going to be limited edition, but it's still around. I think because of how popular it is, it's a really great buy. But to give you a single highlight benefit cookie. I know this might be a surprise. I think a lot of you probably thought I was going to pick Laura Mercier Baked 01 highlight because it is great, but this shows up a little bit more when I want just a, you know, highlight, but it's not fake looking. It's really, really pretty and it doesn't emphasize anything bad. It was a surprise to me how much I really loved this highlight. So this is what I reach for when I want that just flawless, beautiful highlight look. I've been talking about this bronzer a lot since I discovered it for good reason, because not only is the packaging gorgeous, but what's inside is stunning. This is the Gucci bronzer. I have shade 3, which looks like it might be deep, but it applies beautifully to my light medium skin tone. There are several shades to choose from. I mean, the packaging is just a showpiece, but the texture of this is so smooth. I don't have to tap off my brush before I tap the brush to my face. It just gives a really natural, radiant look without being shiny or shimmery. Now, a similar blush that's a little bit less expensive in my opinion, that also has a little bit of a radiance to it, is the Becca bronzer. I have 2 shades in that. I have Capri Coast and I have Bronze Bondi. I think both are really nice, and you know, the textures are kind of similar, but I've just been loving this Gucci bronzer. I've been reaching for it just when I want to look as beautiful as I possibly can. This is a blush that is just super flattering, and it always gives my face a pop when I wear it. Now, this was kind of a toss-up between this blush and a Tom Ford blush that I love, but I think the Tom Ford shade is being discontinued. I can't find it anymore. This is Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Cheek blush in Ecstasy. I used to talk about this blush all the time, and I've since obviously discovered other blushes, but I still reach for this in my everyday life a lot. I love that I can sweep this outer color along the cheekbone and then get a pop of color. I don't do the apple of the cheek, I do slightly above it because it gives more of a lift, or I can mix the shades together. It just gives me options that give a slightly different look depending on what I'm doing. I love this shade. It's very flattering on me, and it's one that I reach for over and over when I want to feel flawless. This is a fairly recent discovery for me. Now, I will do a, half lash on the outer corner if I'm really, really wanting to go there or have, a few extra minutes. But if I want just a mascara that will give me volume and give me length and do it really well, the mascara that I've been reaching for is the Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes from Charlotte Tilbury. It is really great for doing both while not making my lashes super clumpy and gross and beyond being able to be combed out. There's some mascaras that are just so clumpy because they're so volumizing that they're just too much. This has been the one that I've been reaching for since it came into my life for those perfect looks. This is actually the first Charlotte Tilbury mascara that I've really fallen for. It doesn't smudge, it doesn't flake, it just looks great whenever I wear it, and it wears well throughout the day. Now, I have stick straight lashes that point down, so I have to use a lash curler. I will say, to get it to hold the curl, truly hold the curl, I do need to apply a light layer of a waterproof mascara first, just really, really light, or my lashes will kind of fall a little bit. So today I forgot to apply that layer of waterproof first. So this is where my lashes ended up, which is not terrible. They're just not curled exactly the way I like them. So just know they would normally be curled a little bit more if I had added that waterproof layer. But I mean, I still think they look pretty good, especially for my lashes. Most non-waterproof mascaras would have completely had my lashes drooping back down. So this is one that I've been reaching for. I love it. It makes me feel really, really good about my wimpy lashes. I'm a big finishing powder girl, and if you're confused about finishing powder versus setting powder, I will link my video for you below. And I know I've talked a lot on here about MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural. It's kind of my daily finishing powder that I put on after all of my makeup is finished to give my makeup a more airbrushed look. But that's not what I'm choosing for this video, because when I want my makeup just to have that extra beautiful candle lit glow from within look, I tend to reach for Laura Mercier Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting Powder more so than the MAC powder. I have shade 2. It works for me. It's what I use today. I feel like this does give you kind of that romantic looking glow, yet it's not so shimmery that people are aware that you have powder on your face. It doesn't add an extra layer. It just diffuses everything together and just kind of gives you that filtered light look. It's really, really a beautiful product. I mean, I guess I could choose this for every day. I don't know why. I just choose the MAC. Usually this just gives a little bit something extra that I enjoy. I have 2 lip options at different price points. I could not choose. It's because the shades are kind of similar to one another and I like the formula of both. So I have MAC Cream Sheen in Modesty and I have Chanel Rouge Cocoa in Adrian. I have Modesty on right now and I'll just show you what Adrian looks like in a clip because I wore it in another video that I filmed earlier today. The formula of both of these is very, very creamy and they make my lips look nice and full and plumped and hydrated. I feel like the Chanel maybe does a little bit better of a job with that. I'm almost embarrassed to say why I originally got this Chanel shade. I had read somewhere that it was a shade that Jennifer Aniston had worn or, you know, was kind of a staple shade for her. And I'm really glad that I got it. It looks like it's going to be kind of plain on and almost like this orangey brown, but it has a little bit of something to it that makes it special. Modesty looks like it might be kind of similar in the tube, but it's cut with a little bit more pink. And I don't know, they're both great neutrals. I love them. I just could not decide, so I put them both in this video because I feel like I reach for both of these. They're great neutrals that just really liven up my face in a certain way. I don't know. I like them. I mean, ask me in a month and I might pick something else because you know how I am with my lip colors, but these are what I'm choosing right now as, you know, lipsticks that just make me feel really good about myself. If you enjoyed this video, check out my top drawer makeup, the makeup that sits on my vanity that I reach for every day. I'll have that linked here for you. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button and become part of the family. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.